Hey y'all, it's me. Stop, drop, and roll on. It's been a minute since I've been on here. Totally understand that. Totally get it. Oh, there's been a lot of stuff going on, and it's been interesting. Um, I had a guest here. Um, Actually, it came one out while I was at my mom's, and I was at my mom's for over a month. Um, and then, and this is a family member, but the whole thing went down really without. It was one of them things where you don't really get asked, it just kind of happens. Yeah, one of them. Anyway, this is what I'm putting on right now. This is Lasting Touch. This deep tissue therapy massage lotion. The thing about this lotion is I have been using it for a long time off and on. A friend of mine is a masseuse, but she moved. She doesn't live really close anymore, so but I always pay for my massages. I don't take advantage of stuff like that, you know. But anyway, she is the one that introduced me to that lotion. And the thing about it is that it doesn't require a whole lot, and it's enriched with MSM, chondroitin, glucosamine, arnica. I don't even know how I said that. Arnica and some other things, but it's unscented, and it is, they say, natural, and natural means a whole lot of stuff nowadays, so you kind of got to look at stuff. But the number one ingredient on it is aloe vera gel, and then what do they have? Acetyl palmitate and dimethicone. So if you're a cone issue, there you go. C1215 alkyl benzoate and alcohol. And then the natural stuff, when we go down here, we got arnica extract, comfrey, calendula, yucca, tocopherol acetate, vitamin E, kukai nut oil, sweet almond oil, jojoba, lantoin, and yeah, citric acid, a few other things. But this stuff here, I will honestly say, I have been using this for years. And she's the one, this is something that she used during massage. And yeah, and that's how I got hip to that. And they also have one that's scented, like it's real medicinal smelling. It works really good. Kind of takes the ace out too. I'm not on here to advertise for them people. I'm just telling y'all about the lotion. Now back to what's been going on with me. Um, a lot and not a lot. A lot meaning what I was talking about just a minute ago. And my house guest has been gone now for 2 weeks. It took me a week to get myself together to realize that it wasn't somebody in the house. I had no idea how how that is. The freedom that I had, like, get up and just go about your day, and I should say freedom that I took for granted. And I could go somewhere even deeper with that, but I won't. But just to be able to get up, like, and have my quiet time in the morning, even when I have my quiet time, and I'm early. And for a little while there, y'all, I was getting up at like 3:45 just to be able to be quiet, have time with God, take communion, all of that. And then it started like everybody decided to get up, and I was kind of like, I don't even know how this works anymore. So I started getting more and more frustrated and aggravated, and I'm just being honest, okay? And some things that were already an issue kind of became magnified, so to speak. And but at the same point in time, and I'm talking about things, personal stuff that I needed to probably have been paying attention to and I had not been paying attention to. And also, that of course coming right off the heels of being at with my mom for so long, and we just had anytime I'm with that lady, we always had the best time. We just my mom, I'm telling you, and then when my sister was still on this side, we all got each other, and so it was interesting and it was also sweet. Um, and what I have found myself doing now is trying to look at things differently, because sometimes when you're going through stuff, you don't really understand that when you look back on it in retrospect, that it was probably a good time. But at the time, if it's something going on that we don't necessarily like, or we're not, able to get what we want out of it, then we um, have a tendency to not pay attention to what's going on. I put it like that. And so I often think a lot about, when I see somebody and then I don't get to see them anymore on this side, how whatever that last encounter was, and I can honestly say that I've not had, I could say one person that has went on, that I wish that I had had a different last encounter with them, and that would be my brother's daughter. She, I think most of y'all know, she got killed by her boyfriend. She was moving on and going to school, and he just did not like the fact that she was advancing, and he just decided that he was going to take her out because of it. And the last time I talked to her, she was over at my mom's house, and we were in the back bedroom, and the phone rang, her cell phone, and after she got off the phone, she was kind of, her whole countenance and everything changed, and it was this fella, and I asked her, I was like, well, what was that all about? What's going on, and what is all this, and why everything's so different right now just because of a phone call? And she just went like this, just like that. I could just see it in my mind's eye right now. Just pull her head down and went like that. And had, a couple of tears coming down. And I told her, I said, you just never ever let somebody else have that much of anything over you where they can snap your peace or change your countenance or your attitude that easily with just some words. I didn't know what in depth, what was going on. And I didn't know that was going to be my last encounter with her. Actually, last time I saw her, because weren't able to see her again because of what he did to her. But this situation here that just ended has really, really, and it was that situation, but then it was this here in retrospect, which has made me rethink a lot of stuff. And it has made me look at myself as well, And I thought I was kind of a little bit more easygoing than I actually am. I know I have a type A personality when it comes to certain things. I have a type A when it comes to work, because that's how we're trained to be. You can't not do it and have a level of that. And but I didn't realize that it had kind of morphed over and bled over into other areas. I found out how long my week is, And I also found out that there are some things that trigger me that I wasn't aware of. And it hasn't been tumultuous, I don't think, for anybody but for me. Um, Pierre, of course, he wants his space. And the deal with me is that this other person was a male. And so I had two of them. And I put it like that, and I meant what I said, and I meant the way I said it going. And people always make this comment about two women in the house. Ooh, that's not a good thing. I submit to you that the same thing applies to males. Because where women go, and we just doing this, biting at each other after a time, men preen and they, let me see, preen is probably the best. Oh, if you grew up in the country and you have ever seen a rooster show his behind, then that's what I'm talking about. But it was two roosters. And I learned a whole lot about me because my thing was kind of like, I don't know, just kind of got a little frustrated off and on. And y'all know over here, I'm telling the truth. This is the way it is. I will not, and I refuse to um, sugarcoat stuff, because we got these young people out here getting together and getting married. Is when I say together, that's what I'm talking about. And with misconceptions because of word that has been put out here wrong, meaning from these pulpits, and then their understanding off, and then folks sitting up lying. And all that stuff mixed up together, as my grandma used to say, makes a cake unturned. So I have just been doing some stuff, and where I'm at now is I have been watching videos. I just haven't been able to make a video. And I have videos. I had to go get a new phone. Y'all can probably tell that because, let me tell y'all, when we took the phones in, what precipitated us getting a new phone was Pierre was in here playing around with stuff, locked himself out of his phone. Couldn't remember his passcode, and it takes you. The only way you can do anything about that is they have to do a factory reset, which means he lost all his contacts, everything like that. It was kind of funny, but he kind of got to see some of the things that I have been telling him about technology and how easy it is to become obsolete. And from a phone standpoint and from a human standpoint, because we're kind of funny about our aging population over here. And the realization is I'm a part of that now, and he is too. So we got there, and the guy that was helping us, he wanted to take a picture of Pierre's cell phone. Y'all, we had a Note 4, I think I want to say. A Samsung Note 4. And my phone was working fine, y'all. That's what I was loading my videos up on and everything. And I probably would have still been doing it had this rascal not had his snafu with his phone. But the little salesman that was helping us, he said, "Sir, do you mind if I take a picture of your phone? I just want to send this to some of my associates. I've never seen a phone this clean, that's this old." I laughed because, and I got this is something I picked up from him. Pierre he's just kind of funny about stuff in general. And he like he'll leave the plastic on stuff over the buttons and stuff like that. Now, where we draw the line is he don't like, we not doing the plastic on our furniture and stuff like that. That we don't do. Okay, but like it'll be a minute. And he'll, like if we buy a television or buy something electronic, he will do everything that he can to protect it. So these phones have to have outer boxes on them. The only thing about this phone we have now is they don't make a glass cover for the screen because people were complaining about sensitivity, phone sensitivity, but that's just a bunch of malarkey. So we don't have this first time, we don't have covers on the screen. So the glass, when we turn phones in, there are no scratches, there are no cracks, there is no nothing. And that guy just about fell off. He almost fell off that stool that he was sitting on. He thought that that was just hilarious, but Pierre didn't know crackerjack about his phone. He know how to turn it on, and he got these set websites. He goes and looks at stuff about anything got to do with a guitar. He got it pulled up in that phone. Anyway, we had to get new phones. I don't know why I went off on all that. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I am extremely excited about Jesus' birthday this year. And I don't know, I'm always excited, but it's different this year. And we just really we decided we not gonna really give gifts and stuff. I got a few things that I want to that I'm gonna get from Pierre, but it's really y'all the stuff I asked for. Y'all would just really be surprised, um, because it's not what you think, and it just is what it is. So, but my mom, she was just like, "Well, I'm not gonna get y'all nothing for Christmas." And I'm like, "Well, Mama, do you think we getting ready to fall down in the floor and start crying and like get mad because you won't look at our list that we used to make long time ago, and they was long as a dog?" And she said, "No." I said, "Well, I totally understand because we exchange and buy stuff all through the year. She's sending something here, I'm sending something there. We this is what we do." And so, but like for the young ones, and then we got uh, PS1 and PS2. That's what we call my nieces. I didn't make up their name. My sister made up their name, and those are her children. PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2. And I'm going to leave it right there. So, so for them, like them and the ones under them, we buying stuff for them. And all of them, like my sister was a baker. I mean, really, she was a baker. And she did tell, she had this cookie recipe and she told me how to make the cookies. She already knew that, I mean, she's a baker, well, was a baker. I am a cooker, like meals stuff. And my brother can do both. He's pretty good. And so, for the kids, I think that my thing this year is I'm just going to, she had this recipe, this cookie recipe, and I think that I'm going to make everybody their own little batch of cookies, and make sure that get some tins and mail them. That I'll be going to the yeah, and that's what I'm gonna do because when I went to my mom's house, y'all, my car was so loaded with stuff, every shoes, cologne, makeup, clothing, all kind of stuff, and it was all for them kids. Mama stuff, I got her stuff while I was there, plus, while I was there, and so this is I don't know. I'm the auntie. I done turned into the auntie, and I've been the auntie. Um, so that is where I've been. That's what I've been doing. I've been recuperating from, the extended stay. And that rascal, he been trying to come over every on the weekends on Saturday morning for what he called the big breakfast. And I'm like, oh, okay, but you know, I think that's all I'm gonna talk about right now. I got a whole lot more. But I just wanted to check in with y'all. and tell you all hello and that I'm good. You know, I ain't having no problems. I'm all right. And that's it. And I hope all y'all are doing well. Um, and you had a nice Thanksgiving, and that you're excited about Jesus' birthday like I am. And just overall that you're well and your family as well. Okay. And I will talk to you all later. Toodles. I haven't said this in so long. My toodles is a little throwed off. Y'all heard that, didn't you? Bye.